All right, we are live now. So we're just gonna wait for a couple people to come on.
Okay.
So this your first podcast?
Yes.
Okay, you a little nervous, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I get nervous on every one of them, so don't feel bad.
Kaden, look in the chat, the family group chat to make sure I sent it to yes, because you know how it's easy for you to talk to people, but once you get on live, it's more people. And it's different from singing because people say, well, you can sing in front of all people, but it's different.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Oh,
Totally
let me set
different.
my phone on do not disturb. Will that bother it if I
No, you're good. You're good.
okay. Is it in there? That's the ice ball maker. It's making a lot of noise. Sorry.
Okay, we are live. Now let's go. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm here with Miss Alicia Lewis, and we're here to discuss this.
Wilson.
Wilson, I'm sorry, Wilson.
It's okay.
We're here to discuss a disturbing video that was sent to her. And in the video, there's a teacher at a spirit school using the N word in the classroom with the students. You can find this video on the Unsolved page. The video is right there. I got a concerned email from Miss Wilson, and she's here to discuss this video and what ways we can change this. So good evening, Miss Wilson. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing okay.
Tell me what brings you here brings you to our podcast.
I'm here to bring awareness. My child goes to a bilingual charter school here in Delaware. You really don't hear about a lot of stuff in Delaware because it's small. And I don't feel like a lot of people say things or speak up. If they do, I don't know where. But when we moved here in 2023, um, he started ninth grade, 2024. So since that time, 2024, he has been very unhappy. He had come home and he's he's very quiet, very shy. He's not a confrontational child, so he won't really say anything if something is going on, but he will come home and he will talk to um, his family. And last year he had come home and he had said, Mom, I was in class and the teacher, one of the students who is not African American, made a comment and said, oh, Black people should all go back to slavery. Well, the teacher snickered. At that time, Caden was in this teacher's class. So it bothered Caden because he's looking at this teacher as an adult and someone that, like you're supposed to be that safe place for the children. So it bothered him. He came home, he told me. I did. I called the school immediately and asked to speak with the teacher. Um, he swore up and down. He did not chuckle, he did not laugh. Um, I had addressed him again, um, maybe like a week later. I can't really remember, but I think we were having a meeting, and I asked him again because he asked me if he could approach my child because my child was in his class at the time, and asked him why did he feel that way, and I said what for because that is what he felt, that is what he saw. So are you sure you did not chuckle with the students? He said no. So again, he went and he played on my child's emotions, basically saying, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I told my wife, there's a student that thinks I'm racist. And, what does God say was done in the dark comes to the light? This year, moving forward, so 2024, 2025 school year, now 2025, 2026 school year, a video was taken and sent to me because the person that sent it to me knew that my child went to a spirit and they were livid when they saw the video and they said, don't your child go to the school? And I said, yes, absolutely. So when I saw the video, I was absolutely livid. The same teacher having a discussion with the students, basically saying, how should I address you by your name or calling you
The
the
N
N
word.
word? And as you can see, if anybody has seen the video in your on your page, all the students that are laughing are non-African American students. And they all, as you can see, they have their feet kicked up on the desk. Now, mind you, let me just back up a little bit. I did address this in an email with the school, um, not the video. Last year, I had brought it up to the board, the CEO, and just saying there's racism. My child comes home and stating that a lot of the Hispanic, and it's so strange to me that the Hispanics, because I have Hispanics in my family. So it's so strange to me that the Hispanics are calling other, African American children monkeys, and half of them are darker than us. So, it bothered me. And I feel like who's going to stand with me? It's a tumultuous year. It was hectic last year. Yes, I did try to apply for other schools. Last year, the ones I didn't feel like I wanted, my child in, I just said, well, let's try it again this year and maybe things will be better. But this year is when the video came out, apparently. Um, and again, I told you my child is very quiet. They have no issues. If you read all his comments from the teachers, everything says quiet, very quiet, very wonderful child. So, the dean of the school last week had said to my child, "Did you bring your phone to school?" Now he's never had a problem with his phone, ever, ever, ever. Out the blue, he just goes to my child and says, "Did you bring your phone?" And he said, "No," or "Did you have your phone?" or something like that. He said no. The next day, the same person, the dean, yelled all the way down the hallway in front of his peers and everything, "Are you sure you don't have your phone today? Or do you have your phone?" or something into that matter. So I did email the principal. I spoke to the principal and told him what was happening. So I also spoke to the Board of Education, not at the state level, but I guess it's like two different levels. I spoke to John Carwell at the Board of Education. He told me to put up all of our concerns in an email and send them to the board, the president. What is the president's name? Can you look? The last name is Gonzalez. She's the president on the board. So I put that in an email, sent it. The all I saw was her CC me and to the principal. Can you look into this? Now they don't. Now I did not say anything about seeing the video because I had already spoken to John Carwell, the Board of Education, about the video, but he was saying like basically without proof, they couldn't really do anything. So anyway, I got an email back today from the principal, and he CC'd the president and the Board of Education, stating they did an investigation and they found no racism. So as you can see, it's a lot of gaslighting. Um, you can clearly see the video that the teacher is very comfortable. He is not a history teacher. He is not a science teacher. He is a math teacher. So why is he even discussing the N word? And why is it so funny? But it's not that I know race. I know that racism doesn't go on. I know that. But the problem is when we try to address it in this bilingual school, it's not taken seriously. It's not. We're making things up. Basically, we're bothering them by bringing it to the light. So I figure I would reach out to you, my good friend of years, to say, hey, I want to like go live with it because it's almost like saying, you something is bothering you, and only you know it. No one will believe you until they actually see, and then they're like, oh my God, you were telling the truth the whole time. So because this same teacher pulled this stunt last year, and my child is not in their class this year, so I don't know if the dean came to him about just kind of like, maybe I have a feeling they may have seen the video somewhere else. I don't know why he would ask my child about his phone. I have no idea. When I say my child is the quietest child in school, he is the quietest. He don't bother nobody. And so it hurts as a parent because we try to do the right things for our children. We try to, like, I'm at the school. If it's something going wrong, and so this is the thing. When things do happen to my child, I we immediately address the school. The first thing that the principal and the dean say, and this is no lie, it's all an email, it's all a paper trail. You do know, after they do an investigation, you do know that these children weren't Latino that did this to your son. That is the first thing out of their mouths. And when I address this concern about, like the bullying, the racism, the stealing, I never got any calls from the board. No one. I had spoke to the CEO, Margie Lopez. That was a waste of time. Her response was, oh, I'm going to have the children write an essay on the N word. That was last year. So I decided not to involve her at all, because obviously everyone there knows that there is a lot of racism. It's basically the Hispanic kids, bullying and harassing the African American kids.
Okay. And how long has this been going on? You said.
Since he's been there 2024-2025 school year.
And you said like you had no help, and so how have you dealt with it? Like, because you said, I know you said it's straining on him. How has he dealt with it at home? And
It hasn't been good. Um, like, I'm very passionate when it comes to my children. And, it was some medical concerns that I won't go into that was concerning my child. And he was being teased at school. And of course, it was by Hispanics. And it's just like I don't want to take him somewhere and put him somewhere where he might not be able to handle it. So that is the reason why I stayed where he was. That's why I let him stay where he was, thinking it would be a little bit more, it's a smaller school. The high school is newer than their elementary or middle school. So they're just kind of still like up and running the high school. So that is why I kind of felt like, oh, this might be a better fit. But this year it's not, he's been suffering with a lot of anxiety. It's just not a lie. He just doesn't, like, how do you feel? Like, I always feel like, am I doing the right thing? Am I a good parent? Like, because you're saying to yourself, like, why haven't you taken him out to school yet? Because I'm thinking it was going to get better this year. So he's very unhappy. We've talked to his pediatrician. We've talked to a lot of people regarding this. We do have a parent advocate who is also involved. But it's not a lot of people that's listening. It's not a lot of people helping. It's not a lot. I'm not saying it's going to go away, but if you look at the classroom and you're coming to my child about his phone, whom you've never encountered anything before. But obviously, if you look at the video and you see the classroom, you see phones on the desk. Obviously, you see someone taking the video. So when you send me an email, the principal, Mr. Rodriguez, saying you did your investigation and you find no racism, I'm a little bit baffled looking at the video. Um, so I want people to be held accountable. principals, the Board of Education, because when I go on the board, it is all Hispanic, and I see that they don't have a parent sitting on the board. Normally, when you go to like the, I think they're called like public comments. Normally, there's a parent that sits on the board. So when we think about it, the reason why you're on the board and you have jobs is because we have children there. And I feel like at the board, Miss Gonzalez did not even have the what like what's the word I can use? She no no empathy to reach out to the parent to say, let me hear what's really going on. Even though you got a little synopsis in the email, me take that hat off, put my parent hat on, I'm going to reach out to the parent because I want to know. I want to talk to your child. I want to know what they're feeling, how they're feeling, what's been going on. What can we do to make things better? Not we did our investigation and we find that there's no racism when you got a whole video of a teacher using the N word.
And this video is on the page. Unsolved page on Facebook. You can watch this video. This video was definitely shocking. Like you said, it's a lot of laughs and there's a lot of jokes. At the end of the day, it's not funny, not in the classroom. And
No,
to take this video so freely, and we know these kids today are going to take the video and they're going to pass it around. So he should have known it was going to make the rounds. These kids can't hold water, so do you really think this video was not going to come out? So sometime or another, whether she would have got it, and other people got it too, the video too. So it's just very that this is going on in school. And I always tell parents, and I say to myself, you know, your kids are away from you 8 hours a day. You don't know what they go through a lot of times when they go to school. And these days, when kids go to school, they got to be tough. They have to have tough skin in these schools. Because I'm telling you, it's totally different from when we grew up and we went to school. We didn't have to worry about too much. These
no.
days, the kids have to worry about something every day when they go to
Yep.
school.
And it's sad because I tell my, the one thing I always say to my child, I always say, I didn't have those problems. When you go to school, you could do this. He's like, but mom, we're not, it's different. And he's absolutely right. It's different. Like I don't remember being bullied like the way that they do. I don't remember someone constantly talking about my skin color. And I don't remember like if my mom had to go to the school for my brothers, I don't remember them not taking things seriously. I don't remember them brushing you off and saying, oh, that didn't happen. I don't remember the Board of Education staying quiet and only dealing with the school and not dealing with the parents when the only reason why you sitting on the board is because of the parents. I don't remember none of that. And I have to understand where he's coming from when he's saying, Mom, it's not the same. And he's absolutely right. So all we're doing is trying to bring awareness and have the school be held accountable, because this is my reason for coming on your platform is to debunk what the principal said. We don't have racism at the school. Well, everybody knows that there's racism. If the CEO is if the CEO said to me out of her mouth, to me and my husband, that we're going to have children write an essay on the N word, why would you say that there's no racism in the school? We know that there's racism, we can't stop it. But I think when a teacher is engaging and initiating, then we have a problem. Because if students are looking at you as a safe space to come to you if they have a concern, you're no longer the safe space. You're no longer safe. You don't need to be there because you basically, and the teacher's name is Arthur Bracy. And I believe he does have a TikTok or I don't know. But my concern is why are you so comfortable using the N word? But you said to my child that you couldn't eat or sleep because because someone thought you were racist. So I don't really like it's a lot of times I feel like it's really hard, and because we're in a small state, I feel like I don't know where are the people at to band together. Because when we lived in Maryland and we went to the public comments meetings, we put in our, there was people there like banding and sticking together.
It
I
ain't the
don't,
same no more. Times has changed.
but I literally just left Maryland, and
But you got to
it's.
think. Well, I can say it like this, not to cut you off. It's,
Mhm,
you got to think. It's also where you live at, and that area and those people. Like you said, you were in Maryland, so in that area, y'all all helped each other. Just think if you move to another neighborhood, nobody helps. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on the neighborhood and the area. So the
mhm.
area, I mean, your area may like the area you live in is probably still good. It's just that that particular school or that area is just not. It's not the same. It's not like how it was in Maryland for you. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I understand. I just wish there were more people or more parents out there that's either dealing with it, because I feel like either they see it and just turn in the blind eye, because it's not their child. But at the end of the day, if your child has the same skin color as mine, we all is one,
Yes. And skin color shouldn't matter. You know, we
and it
all we
shouldn't
all
matter.
we all can get along. I can get along with everybody. Okay, because
Right,
I have friends of all races. So
right, right,
and we can and I work with people of all races. We get along.
right.
So and we can't be preaching this type of stuff in the classroom because he's in this classroom saying this N word, right? And
Hmm.
again, it's not Afro Americans now. Suppose they hear him say it and they're all laughing, and then they take it and be like, okay, hey, well, it's okay to say now. Then they go and say to somebody, they said to the wrong person, and then boom, we got a whole problem with going on. So let's stop it, or try to stop it and get to the root of it where anything happens. We don't, because everybody always waits until something happens for them to take action. No, let's take action now and stop this and say, hey, we are not with racism. We do not support it. I guarantee you after this live video and that video that's up, you will most likely probably be getting an answer or a statement or who knows, they might not say anything at all. But if they were
But is
smart,
that good to not say anything?
oh no, that's horrible not to say anything. They need to say something because the video is out there. I mean, the video is out there, you know, and everybody can see. He clearly said the N word. Should I call you by your name or should I call you come on, come on.
Very clear. He didn't hide it. He didn't sound like he was shy. He didn't sound like he had no anxiety in his voice. He didn't sound like he sounded like this is something he was very comfortable doing all the time. Sound like it's not the first time.
And this is unacceptable in classrooms, seriously, because like I said, again, you don't want these kids repeating this stuff. And
Right.
sometimes kids will hear other kids, and I have some friends that are totally some white friends that are totally against that word. They do not play about that word,
Right.
and they do not use it, and none of that. So we have to stop that because I don't want to see anybody. One, we never want to see anybody get in trouble for anything, these type things, whatever. But
Right.
you got to think before you do things these days. And again, like I said earlier, these kids are going to pull out cameras. They're going to pull out their phones. They're going to record you. So this video going to get passed around whether he likes it or not. So he just got to. I mean, I ain't. He's dead wrong. Totally dead wrong for even saying that or whatever. But I mean, hopefully, I hope from this situation is that he learned something. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I mean, like I said, it's the second situation with him. But I hope he truly learns that like this ain't no game. You can't just be saying that word freely. And then you in the classroom. You're a public figure. You're supposed to be a role model for these kids. That's not
Right.
you're not no.
And
Unacceptable.
he's the one that's he's kind of like instigating it, and it's like they have a phone process that they go through in the classrooms, like they are supposed to put their phones in a lockbox in the beginning of the class. But as you can see, the students had their feet kicked up on the desk, so that to me that tells me that you don't have control over your classroom at all, because no student should have their feet kicked up on a desk like they're home. You are not home, you are in school. And you see phones on the desk, and you see that you, for me, from what I'm in from what I'm gathering, it is that that's not the first time he said it in the classroom.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he said it. He said it before.
And what I believe in my whole heart of hearts, I believe that they know about the video. I believe it. I believe that they know, and I believe that it's a hush hush. I'm sorry, because no one has said anything, and I'm like really surprised. Like, why am I the only one speaking up? As if
Because you know
I'm the
why?
only African American parent who has a child going to this school, and I feel like it's a bilingual charter school. I honestly feel like, and this is what I feel, they want us to run off so that they can have this school all to themselves. But you're receiving federal funding. So it really shouldn't matter what color goes there, because you're receiving federal funding. This is not a private school. So if it was a private school, it'd be something different, but it's not. And so I'm just like trying to find people that can like join along, support, because they do need to be held accountable. And honestly, when things, happen at the school, I hold their feet to the fire. So, and let's be real. Do I think they like me? No. Do I care? No.
No,
Because when it comes to my child, I don't care about any of y'all in this school, except for the children. But a closed mouth don't get fed. And one person can't do it by themselves. So if I'm on here speaking about it, you mean to tell me nobody's seen the video but one person, one African American parent? This video, from what who was sent it to me, was on Instagram,
yes, it was in somebody's story.
a story on Instagram. So I believe they saw the video. They confronted my child about his phone, and they did their investigation because I have the email. But what investigation did you do? Because you already are under the assumption that they already said, even since last school year, oh, there's no racism. But how can you say that when the CEO said it out of her mouth? I'm going to have them write that. I said, so what do, when they write this essay, what do you think that that's supposed to do?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why they say there's no racism because you didn't say anything about the video. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
had you would have dropped that domino effect, say, "Hey, I saw the video," they probably would have changed their tone. But being though that you didn't say anything about the video, and then boom, here you are now on video talking about the whole situation, then yeah, they know about the video. They might have said something. They might have tried to clean it up and all that. But
Mm-hmm. Behind the scenes.
I think by then the damage had already been done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think damage had already been done.
And I thought about it, but I was just like, you know what? I'd rather put it out because honestly, when I expressed my concerns, I really wanted to see if they genuinely cared. But when you come back a day or two later and say you did an investigation with whom? With what? What did you do?
Who did you
Like,
talk about?
right,
Well, they'll always say that the investigation are they're secret or what I mean they're not supposed to be tell. But again,
right,
what investigation did you do?
right. And what should be done about the teacher? And let's be real. We don't hear from anybody from the board. Why are they there? Why are they in place if they're not communicating with the parents?
And you're right,
Because
because I'm gonna tell you something. Not to cut you off. I
mhm,
was on the board at Head Start for 8 years. I was a
me
volunteer
too.
for 8 years.
Me too.
This type of thing they didn't play. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they was on everything, everything. But I also again I say it's the area because I went to a Head Start. Yeah, remember this your son's school? I volunteered.
Yep.
at the head
Remember,
start.
I was on the board,
Yeah,
right? I
you was
brought
on
you
the
to the
board.
board.
Yeah,
Right.
I volunteered down there, and you saw the difference how from down there downstate into the one up
Yes.
there. It's a total
It's a
difference. So
total difference. You have when you have parents on the board, you can do more. When I went on the website to look at their board, there is no parent. Now, if they have a parent, it was empty. That spot was empty. There was no parent in that board at all. And from what I saw, it looked like it was all Hispanics. I could be wrong, but it looked like all Hispanics. But when you and that's the thing that I brought to the attention of John Carwell. I said, well, he said if no one is communicating with you from the board, then we have a problem. So that's why he told me to CC him with my concerns so that he can see. But the only thing that this board member did, this person is the president, Gonzalez, was she CC'd me and the Board of Education, and she said, because it bothers me, she said, this is what she said. They go by first names too. They're very close. Hispanic cultures are a little different. She says, Mike, look into this. That's it. That's the principal's first name, Michael Rodriguez. That's all she said. Look into this. That's it. Not let me reach out to the parent. Let me reach out to the student. Let me see. Let me get involved. Let me see what's going on. Are you that busy? You are on the board of a school. What other obligations do you have other than the school?
so did
Why
anybody
haven't I
replace?
received a phone call? With all due respect, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. With all
Oh, you
due
good?
respect, when we replied, what I said was I reached out to the Gonzalez. So I'm expecting to hear back from Gonzalez, not from the principal. I reached out to the principal for something else. So what the president did was send all of my concerns to the principal instead of even reaching out, period. If you look at a lot of things that go on today in today's world, you see a lot of children being bullied. A lot of them take their own lives because they're bullied and they don't have a safe space in the school. They don't have uh, a trusted staff member that they can go to and say, "Hey, look, someone that can advocate for them." They don't have that. They don't. Just look at the teacher's actions. Would you feel safe using him as a trusted adult? No, because you're mocking my race. So
Right.
now I don't trust you. And then you play on my intelligence by saying I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. Well, we know that's not true. We know you were eating and we know you were sleeping, Mr. Arthur Bracy, because I addressed you more than once. And I asked you, are you sure? But what this guy say was done in the dark comes to the light. I even went on TikTok trying to bring awareness because it's not even like bring awareness to racism because we know racism exists. But when you're being told that there is no racism, we got a problem. Come on now. We already know it's racism out. But when you have a teacher that is promoting it, then we have a problem. So why isn't anyone from the board? I've emailed the entire board one time. Do you know that none of them reached out? And the CEO, Margie Lopez, when she did reach out, she called. I missed her call, and she had the audacity to say she's on vacation and she might return the call. So why did you even call? Why did I even have to know you were on vacation? You could have just not called. Because if you thought an essay was going to fix it, you just people need to be held accountable. The students need to be held accountable. Listen, if you hold a charter school, you say, hey, look, if you're not wearing your uniforms, listen, we're going to give you one, two, three. If you're not, you're going to have to go to another school. If you're doing all this racism and bullying, you one, two, three, you got to go to another school. It is what it is. But that's not what they want to do. They want to say, oh, they want to gaslight the parents. I don't know. I did meet another parent when I was at a concert. I did not know this parent. This parent just came to me out of nowhere and just said, "Do you know that they have been?" Her exact words were, when she first attended the school, her student, they had been um. What did? How did she say it? She basically just said that from day one, they give a lot of Black people a hard time at this school. And I said, really? So you already know I'm interested in a conversation. And we talked for a while because she was saying that, you know, and they do. They give she said, I didn't even know her. She just came, just started talking to me. So that just tells you that God puts people in your path that he wants you to know, like, hey, look, you're not standing alone. Well, I know we're not alone because God is with us. But you need people, other people, to speak up and stop turning the blind eye and acting like nothing ain't wrong, nothing ain't going on when there clearly is.
It sure
You
is.
know, because it's not your child didn't encounter it. But remember, I said if your child got the same skin color as mine, then it's all meant for all of us. You're not excluded just because your child may not have heard it, but I'm quite sure it's been all around in the school. I know it. If it's on, what we're living in a time where there's so many social media platforms, and if this child was able to put it on a social media platform, you mean to tell me no one at the school staff knows about it? Absolutely. It's insane.
Definitely, yes. First of all, it shouldn't go in school. It shouldn't go on anywhere. We're all created equal. We may not look the same, but we all created equal. And unfortunately, we just have some people out there that just don't like another race for whatever reason it is. Me,
Right.
I love every race.
Right.
Every race. I don't have an ounce of hate in my blood. I can live amongst everybody.
Absolutely.
You
I'm
know.
not a racist person. I I don't like I said, I have Hispanics in my family. You know, I have Caucasians in my family. So I've never been racist. But what I am allergic to is ignorance. And when it comes to the schools, we should be able to do a better job. If that's not so, if I bother you as a school staff, then don't be there. Go somewhere else. Go get another job somewhere else. Because I'm gonna keep coming to the school if I have a problem with my child. You
As
know,
you
they
should.
had it just to like name um some of the stuff, like, the Hispanic kids, they walk around, they call kids, Black African American kids, monkeys. Um, what else? What else? What other things that you have endured since you've been there?
I would say last year, a Hispanic child called me the hard R.
Oh yeah, and another thing, when he wanted to try out for volleyball and soccer. Guess what they told the Hispanic kids said? Go back over to basketball. Who are you to tell somebody to go play basketball? A sport is meant for anybody. So they use the N words. They tell you that you're not good enough to play soccer or any other sport other than basketball. So, it kind of deterred him. He didn't play sports. And I told him you can't let people put you in that
Mind frame.
right to
Mindset.
right to feel like you can't do it, because you can do anything that you put your mind to.
You
That is
sure
nothing but pure ignorance.
you sure can't do anything your mind can do.
And when we do our research, the N word means an ignorant person. So I'm confused on why they feel like it. They and then when you think about it, like Hispanics are minorities too. So I'm a little confused. I guess I'm just a little bothered. I'm upset. As a parent, I'm concerned that this is this has been going on for the last 2 years that he's been there, and nothing really has been addressed. Nothing. Because if it was, I wouldn't be on your live addressing it. If I have to go to the public, that means something is not working.
That's true. And this video should have been addressed before it hit the public. Because trust me, they know about it.
Absolutely.
100% they know
Absolutely.
about this video. Can't tell me they didn't know about this
Absolutely.
video.
Yeah, absolutely. They know. And and my reason for calling the school, I didn't reach out to the principal about the video. I reached out to him about the dean harassing my child about his phone when you ain't never had to talk to my child about nothing. I mean, never, ever, ever. So why all of a sudden? Because I think when they asked this, I want to say I didn't talk to anybody at school. I talked to the Board of Education, but they didn't know about the video. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know where this is coming from. I may have said it could have been before, it could have been, I could have reached out to the Board of Education, but like I said, without any proof, it was like nothing they could do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now that I have debunked all of that by the video, then what do y'all have to say? What do y'all have to say? There's still no racism? You clearly have a teacher. This school has been really strange in the beginning of the school year. There were 5 or 6 teachers that quit at one time. And
Man.
they, yeah, they had a parent meeting, and there was a lot of parents there concerned because we were like, are they going to, who's going to teach my child? What class are they going to be in? And I think at the end of the school year, they got rid of a whole lot of people. They brought all these new people in, and honestly, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I don't feel like, um, I don't feel like he's getting the same help that he was last year. So I don't know why the high turnovers, what's going on, but I just want people at the school to be held accountable. Michael Rodriguez, Mr. Camacho, Margie Lopez, uh, Gonzalez on the board, all of y'all on the board. Y'all need to be more involved with your school. You need either you know what's going on and you don't care, but you need to. The reason why you're there is because of the children.
Yes, yes.
You should have no other obligation bigger than dealing with the parents and your children in the school that you serve on a board for. And there should be no reason why there's no parent on the board. When I came to the school, um last school year, they had no parent, like like a PTO.
Mm.
And I asked them why. Because you need parent involvement. So because of me, that they do have one now.
Because I know I've served on the board. Like I told you, 8 years. I've always been hands on with my child's education in the classroom. So
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly
Yep.
what you mean with the board.
Mm-hmm. I served on the board when we were in Maryland, in Head Start. And I think it's important. I mean, we got a lot done. We got a lot done, but it's like when you go to like schools that already have cliques and things like that, it's really hard. Because as a parent, like we should all be, no matter what color we are, we should all be standing together and making these, the staff, the boards, the board accountable for not being involved as they should be. Because anytime you can send an email out, but you can't pick up a phone and call and set up a meeting, my email went to you. It didn't go to the principal. It went exactly to the president of the board of Aspira Academy Charter School.
Hmm. Wow.
So it
Wow.
just shows you like, because I feel like when I'm looking at social media, and I don't look at a lot of social media because I'm not even on Facebook, I'm not on Instagram. I don't really, when how you see big things that go viral, I never really see anything from Delaware. People are so quiet here, and I'm confused because there's a lot of issues that could be brought to the light and be brought to social media, but it's not, because people want to stay quiet because it's not involving them.
That's true. And you know, racism lives in every state. I don't care what anybody says. Somewhere,
Absolutely.
so somewhere, in some town or small city, it lives.
Hmm.
I live.
That's
Hey, I live in Wilmington. I've experienced it. You know, I've experienced it on this page firsthand, plenty of times. So it's not
right.
like that exists. Sometimes it makes me mad, but then I just think about it. I just got to keep it moving because I know what kind of. I mean, I know what cause I'm here for and who I'm doing it for. But
Right.
I can't let them deter me. But it gets hurt sometimes.
Yeah. And can you imagine, as adults, how we feel? Can you imagine how our children feel?
Mm-hmm.
We can take it. They can't.
Okay.
They want to be strong, but they're children. At the end of the day, they're still children. And for an adult to go and try to undermine and harass a child because you don't apparently, allegedly, probably like the parents, which I don't, like I said, I don't care, because it's very clear. If you've never had any problems with my child ever, 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 and all of a sudden you're embarrassing him, you're hollering down the hallways asking him does he have his phone, and you ain't never did that before. But in the email it was, oh, our staff has to have to do their job. Well, were you doing your job with the video? Because clearly there were phones on the desk. Clearly there were phones being used to record the video of the teacher using the n-word, the same school that you said was no racism.
Yes.
So were the school officials doing their job then? Why is the teacher still there? Because I know y'all saw the video. I know y'all saw the video. So why is the teacher still there?
Exactly.
He's
But
promoting it. He's
exactly.
promoting it.
Yes, he is. But I want to tell you to hold that thought because we're going to have to come back with a second part to this
Okay.
so we can finish this. But this was, I feel that we need to talk about this stuff more. Um, and
Absolutely. And your
because
platform is big enough that we can branch out into other areas.
yeah, we definitely can. But I just want to let y'all know that we are going to come back with a part two of this. This has been Mrs. Alicia Wilson,
And
and
y'all can reach me at Alicia, at All Things Alicia, on YouTube.
all
I
things.
don't I don't remember my TikTok log on, but if anybody is familiar with the school and want to, like get in touch with me, um you can hit me up on YouTube. What's my TikTok? Hold on, let me give you my TikTok. Some people are just what's my TikTok? Oh, my TikTok is it
I'm
this
a.
one? At Alicia underscore no key. So at Alicia ALISIA underscore no NOKEYS.
I ain't
No
got to take a.
keys.
I ain't got to take a trip to
You might, you might, we might have to.
All right, y'all. We gonna say y'all have a good night, and
Yes,
we'll
thank you
let you
all
know
for
when part two comes
watching.
out.
Yes,
Thank you.
please share the link, share the video, get involved. Let's say more. Let's do more. Let's stop listening and let's let actually do something. Like,
Yes,
just because it's not directly affecting your child, we still all share the same skin color that it is affecting. So let's do more. Let's say more.
yes, yes.
Let's bond
Let's
together.
say more, do more, and bond together. Stick together.
Yes. And
All
let's
right.
hold this school accountable. So share this link, send it to the school if you want to.
Exactly. All
Share the
right.
link, subscribe, like the
Okay.
video.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.